This is the haunted mansion we're going for. Sketched this up earlier. I'm thinking it's gonna be, there's gonna be an elevator or a trap door that takes you to the basement, and that's where all the haunts are gonna be, like one of the Not Scary Farm mazes where you walk around into the different scenes that have scary stuff in it. So all that is gonna be subterranean. Up on the surface, all that I want is the haunted mansion facade with the entryway. So this shows the front and the back of it. We want to walk up the stairs here, go through the door, and here's the back of it. It's just a facade in the front. Maybe I'm going to go with the literal facade, or maybe I'll make it look more like a regular house in the back. But the main point is that there's not much to the house other than on the surface than what you see. But when you go into this area, you're going to teleport or you trapdoor down into the scary maze area. So the objective will be to create this whole thing without eating up all of the resources, because I want some on the inside too. I'm gonna try to relaunch here. Perhaps my VR wasn't plugged in yet. Let's see here. Gotta get into the Twitch chat. All right. I'll give this a minute. I'm gonna go to commercial real quick, and we'll BRB to continue. All right, we are back, ready to go. And this will be the location of our haunted house. There's some trippy stuff here already. I'm gonna feel a little bad demolishing this, but you know, demolishing stuff is kind of fun. So, because these are unique builds, so these aren't, when you demolish it, it's demolished. So we're gonna go and take our wrecking ball to this right now, tear it down and build something entirely new here. And we're gonna do it in the nighttime because it's gonna be a haunted house, but we'll do the demolition in daytime. So let's get at it. An eyeball. Looks like we do have room to build underneath after we get that trap door in there too. All right, so this is a medium parcel. But we should be able to fit a version of this house up here. Let's start getting the scale down by spawning a door. That would be indoors. And we'll get a nice big door to get the scale of things. We need a foundation, and we're going to have about at least 3 times the width of the door. Hey, this might fit really well. It'll be a little tight, but the concept's a little tight too, so this could be nice. The sun's going down in the editor, so let's spawn a light in here. And we'll make it a little bit blue to kind of set the spooky mood while we build, or we scale the things out here. All right. Windows. We want windows that are about the same width as the door piece. And we're probably going to make custom windows, so these are just for scale right now. And let's get that foundation in there. That's in the blocks. Shapes. Here we go. We'll take that one and scale it up. Make sure that we have our foundation sunken into the ground, and it's kind of like a double layer of foundation. There's this underneath part and then the part on top of it. So let's get the underneath part situated. That looks good. Now we have a floor to snap these things to, so we can make sure they're the right height. You just hold down V to snap to vertex like that. And we're just about ready to go. Now in the back, we might need to have like some kind of slope or something to make this trap door work that drops it down. We'll see. Over here, I have a bunch of reference pictures of spooky stuff. Actually, let me open them back up fresh. I have 13 of them now. And these are all things that I'm using as inspiration for the build and for the inside when we get in there. And also a lot of gifts that we're going to spawn in there to make it extra spooky. Oh, that's going to be nice if I get that to move around. So let's spawn this in there for right now. Copy image address. And we want it as a media, not a neon. Yeah. And I was thinking maybe I could put that on top of the house, a big spooky hand that grabs it and does that. Yeah. What other spooky inspiration do we have over here? That's a good one. Another thing that I want to do is in the window here, on the top maybe, or maybe in the middle, I want to have the silhouette of the dude freaking out with a neon behind him, so it looks like the light's on and he's standing in front of the window. And for that, this dude will be perfect. So let me spawn him in there. I like Halloween, by the way, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, that's good. All right, the sun's coming up. It's not going to be as spooky when the sun's coming up. So let's push these things back. Well, let me see here. I want to have enough room for my walkway and my tree and my hedges. This is looking good. This is not centered at all, though. So let's center this. And as far as for being set back in the property, I think I like where it's at right now because we can have the walkway and there's enough room to do the teleport in the back that we need. So let's center the things up here. What's up, kitty? And I kind of like the width too, once I get this centered. Now to make sure that I'm getting it centered right, I'm actually going to make a clone of this and use it like a measuring stick. There we go. So that means that over here, and then this. Good. And these windows, they'll kind of be centered, but they might be pushed out a little bit more because there's going to be a wall here. So, like that. Again, I'll use this as a little measuring stick. And that means that this thing should be right here. Okay, looking good so far. Let's push these back a little bit. How far are they going to go? Not too far. In fact, they might go as far as to let this comfortably fit behind them. To snap when you rotate, you hold down Control, it spins it around. What's up, everybody in the chat there? And if this is going to be here, these should be about here. Now, I also want a little porch in the front. Maybe big enough to walk on, maybe not big enough to walk on. I haven't decided yet. When I sketched it, it actually wasn't big enough to walk on. It was like, you don't need to go over there. So I was going to maybe put some props there or something, but it was going to be all about walking through the front door. Because this is a facade. Think of like a theme park. All right. So let's do an interesting little measuring stick here to make sure that we move this one back the same amount. Oh, he's freaking out. He's freaking. Okay. Spacing's looking good. Let's see here. We should probably continue along with the house, and then I'll go and do the bushes afterwards. Now, there's one shape that I'm not too sure how I'm going to accomplish. And I knew this when I sketched it, but I was like, I'll figure it out. I don't know how I'm going to figure it out, but I'll figure something out. This tapered roof, that's like a trapezoid. There is no shape like that I could spawn as one shape. However, I can combine multiple shapes to have that effect, I'm hoping. Probably these wedges. We'll see. Okay, so this is looking good. However, I wanted a 2-slab foundation. So instead of raising everything up, maybe I could just clone this, shrink it down to be about 1. I wanted it to pop out a little bit more, give it that nice 3D effect. And do I want to lower it, or do I want to raise these things up? Let's see. That's a lot of steps, so maybe if I lower this down, that would be better. Yeah, so before I scale it, let me snap it with the top vertice. There we go. Then this one, I can shrink it down some. Looking good. Then I'll scale this one some. It's about the right height. However, I do need to re-snap these things still. Or move this down. Let me see. That'll do. Oh, the sun's going down. How did the sun going down? The spooky stream. Okay, on the sides, I actually want this to go all the way out. So I scaled that too much. I gave it too much of a lip. We want a little lip. Actually, that could do nicely right there. And I suppose having a little tiny lip on the side isn't all bad, but rather not. So let's just snap it over here. Now we're flush. Things are looking good here. Okay. Now we're tearing through these parcel credits. However, we have 2 lights in there that are just frivolously thrown in there, and we already got a couple gifts. So we're doing all right. Let me clone this over here. Spin it 180. Hold down V to snap it to grid, or to snap it to vertex. Line it up with this thing. And we should be good. Now, we have our double slab, we got our walls in place. I think it's time to start moving up on this thing. Now, forced perspective means that the bottom floors are going to be larger scale than the top floors. We want this thing to look like it's taller than it really is. Or maybe we could just make it tall and not use forced perspective. Because we could build pretty tall in a medium parcel. Build very tall in a medium parcel. So, yeah, maybe we won't even need to use forced perspective. Kind of want this to be taller than the door, so it can have a nice high ceiling in there were we to go inside. And this is the floor that is also the balcony, which protrudes all the way out here. Yeah. This is kind of flat, so I'll just leave it perfectly flat. Maybe I'll put a wedge in there to make it not so flat. Then we got the second story here. We're probably gonna have to replace these windows with something that looks more spooky, or maybe I could throw curtains on these and make them spooky. We shall see. The height looks good there. I could push these forward, but no, I'll leave them back so we got this nice balcony. There's a middle window now, and the middle column actually goes up too tall. So let's get these last, well, they're not the last few windows, but these next couple windows in here. Right where they need to be, which is up here, about. Now, the interesting thing about Somnium space here is I'm building on this island, and it's not just because I like how the island looks. This is where the build is. Somnium is a single instance virtual world, so it's a shared, and everybody is in the same world. So if you load into Somnium and you spawn way over there by that big building, if you walk your butt around the lake, and you're gonna have to swim to get here because this is an island. So you'd want to walk over here, then just put on your swim trunks, jump in, and swim over here. You would see this after I click publish. Then it'll be on the shared persistent world that everybody sees. So it's kind of like a big old shared sandbox from one perspective of it. It's good. One more story. Oops. Okay, that's a pretty nice height. That hand might look really freaking cool. I hope that it works out when I put my little steeple up there. Alright, and then stuff starts tapering. So let me get these other 2 windows left, and then I'll have all my windows for real, and I could start connecting everything. This ceiling will be the ceiling that doesn't go all the way out. It only covers the back part. Like so. And stretch it out a little bit. That looks pretty good. Now let me adjust this one. I guess that one was fine. behind there. We can always adjust it later if we need. And then there's yet another roof on top of that one. For the final roof. Okay. We're looking pretty good here. So right now I'm going to make the call that I'm not going to go for the facade in the background to make it look like a movie set. I'm going to skip that for now. I could always come back and add that in, but it's going to be quicker for me right now if I just build it as if it's a solid building, and then I can go in and cut out the inside and make it a facade like that afterwards. So we're going to have a back wall is what that means. We could throw a couple of windows in it, but right now I'll just make it a flat black wall or a back wall because we might be tearing it down later anyways. So instead of using that, let's make a block. It's about yay thick. Yay big. Wow, our house is taking shape. Just as the sun goes down. Ah, nice. I just learned about Alt-Enter all over again. Okay. So we have a good height wall over here. It's a little bit too far back though. Let's use it up here. Also, so here we go. We're gonna be hitting this thing with some walls here. Maybe now's the time for me to decide how these windows are gonna look. And if I'm gonna use these or something else. Let me see. Windows. W. These might be too shiny metallic for me. Yeah. Those are no good. So we might roll with the square windows with some, maybe some shapes for the drapes. Let me see what I can do with that. Or maybe we'll be spawning PNGs or GIFs for the shapes. That might work. I mean the shades. So let's spawn, let's try to make some shades with a shape. is looking pretty good. I can't see what I'm doing. Let's make it daytime in the editor here. Hey. Let's add one final touch and see how it turns out. We need a neon here. I suppose I didn't even need, if I'm just going to do a solid one like that, I didn't even need a transparent GIF. But maybe I could make the light flicker behind him, and that'll utilize the transparency on him. Okay, these windows I think will work out for our Haunted Mansion windows with these curtains behind them. So we got the windows figured out. I think I'm going to put a wood siding kind of panel on most of the stuff. Remember, this is a facade, so the only thing we really need is to be able to walk through the front door. So I think it's about time to make some more of these walls here. But we're going to make them in such a way that we minimize the amount of shapes we use. So let's do some of that. Clone this thing. Stretch it and shrink it. So we're utilizing the fact that this is kind of like a theme park haunted house. So we're not going to need walkable space all through it, except for where the customers, where the visitors walk through in the front. Whoops. That's too big. Well, that's too small. That looks just right. Not quite. There we go. Oh, cool. I could take this beam all the way up. Now we're saving on shapes. We just want to bring it out a little bit. That'll do. A little bit too much. Okay. Clone this thing over here. This needs to be centered a little bit better. Maybe we'll shrink this down just a little bit. Getting a little OCD here, but I need it to be perfect. Windows are looking good. We haven't touched the roof yet. Let's get moving on this. We'll finish the walls up right now. This extra slot up there, I think I know how to fill that. Alright, couple more walls here. These walls will be a little bit different. I'll start with making the front walls. All the way up to the top of the building. And this is too wide. We need this to extend out for the front part. Easy peasy. This is the little place that we're going to walk in and the trapdoor is going to hit us. We'll be making that maybe next week because I want to focus on finishing the outside, texturing it up, lighting it up, getting some walls in there, and getting the outside looking nice today. So a couple more walls before we have our base structure and I could start thinking of the roofs and stuff like that. Alright, let me raise up my view here and see if we could adjust these curtains here to be just right. So that one's like that. The other windows are going to be, not all the lights are going to be on. Maybe they'll all have curtains though. Let's see. I probably want to shrink these curtains down to be real flat like they would be. Okay, we got our walls. We need some stuff on the top because the roof here kind of goes into maybe halfway up this ceiling. Oh, maybe 70% up this ceiling here. This is all going to be roof, and then this thing's going to have a roof on top of that. So, let's see here. Let's start giving these things a little bit of lips coming out the edges. This one's actually a big lip. Oh no, this is a little lip. This one's a little lip. The one above it is a big lip. Okay, looking good so far. Let's get some of this window stuff happening up on the top one. With some curtains. Whoops. Matter of fact, let me click save. I hadn't done that the whole time. Imagine if I had crashed or something and my computer just restarted. Sometimes my computer likes to do that. Be sure to click save often, people. Oh man, that hand could be real cool after I get the top to this building on here. I misplaced this curtain. Let's see, do I have any other scary gifts to put up there? Let's check. That one might look cool. Let's try that one. Going to media. picture. The hand is going to be higher, so it's not going to be on top of her in the end. Matter of fact, I'll move the hand up right now because it looks weird when it's on top of her. It's going to be grabbing onto that steeple on the top right there. She's too huge. Let's see what the off windows are going to look like. It might look cool just to have them open like that, because from ground level, you're not going to be able to see anything except for the ceiling through them, so that might be a little spooky. It looks super 3D, or maybe I'll block them out with a dark brush. Let's see what the dark shape would look like here. Yeah, actually, I think I like that better. Okay, we're looking good here. Let's continue doing the structure. The windows are going to look good. I got a couple different options for the windows, so I can decide exactly how to do it. Funky Pixie, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. For those of you watching the VOD, I'm SM Sith Lord, streaming right now live to twitch.tv/Somnium space every week. It's Friday morning for me, but it's Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening for some in some parts of the world. Every week I'm here building for 2 hours, doing kind of like speed builds of whatever different stuff each week right here on inside of Somnium. This week, it's a haunted house, and I'm pretty stoked about haunted house. I like Halloween, and this fits right in there. Maybe it's not Halloween themed, it's just haunted themed. I don't have pumpkins and stuff, but still almost the right theme. This is looking good. We need the little supports. That's a detail I'll add afterwards. I need to start thinking about the roof. This tapered roof. We need to start adding the tapered roof, and after I have that, it's looking pretty good. I don't have a wall in the back to the top yet, but I can throw that in. How are we going to do this tapered roof? Let's try some of these. And to cap off the edges, we'll try those pyramids and see how those match up here. Well, not quite. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Yeah, this one might do nicely. We might have this tapered roof after all. Maybe. This is some spooky music I'm hearing here. Let's try the pyramid. Yes! It works! Wubble up a dub-dub. Oh! There's roofs! And they already have the pitch shape. Let's see. Should I roll with some of these? They have the textures on them too. 5 credits each though. Yeah, these are nice. Maybe I'll try these out. Well, I'll finish what I got going on here because this is looking pretty good. Are there corners here? There are corners. Oops. So yeah, this is gonna be perfect right here. It's kind of a weird color. Blue wouldn't be so bad. Now these, how would they look? I want something that looks like shingles. This looks pretty good actually. This could work out too. Okay, let me just clone this a couple times. I'm gonna need a wood paneling to put on the side of this house eventually. But I'll come in and texture it last, perhaps. It would be nice if these were a nice dark wood. And we're gonna have the patio thing going on here with some simple wooden pillars. Let's get the top roof. The top roof. Now we could use 1, 2, 4 of these, but that would be what is that? 12 credits. So instead of doing that, I'm going to do basically the same thing I did over here, where it's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll save a couple credits. It should look about the same. This right here, I might want to be extra tall. Yeah, let's make that a little bit extra tall. Do that, right? Sure. And this is going to be this stuff. A little bit too wide and not very centered. That's better. Let's add the little roof to it. Structure is almost complete, and I can start doing some details. Perfect. So we're saving a couple credits by making this roof by hand. And it only takes 5 credits to spawn an animated GIF. So if you could save 5 credits off of somewhere, that's a whole other GIF you can put in there. It's worth it. Because the GIFs are awesome. So far I have 3 in here. I don't know how many I'll have in the end, or if they'll be the same GIFs, but the ones I have in there look awesome so far. Okay, let's throw a little roof on it. And what was I using? I think this is it. Yeah. Okay. It's not too spooky during the daytime, but at nighttime, it looks pretty dang good. All right. So I believe I'm ready to start adding some details here. Let's check it out in VR. Then I'll come in and I'll add the details to the house. I'll either do the details to the house or I'll be doing the yard. First, let's check it out in VR, make sure everything's looking good. Nice. Where are my hands at? Okay. Oh, that's nice. On a medium parcel. I'm impressed. I thought I would need a large parcel to be able to do something like this. But it turns out the scale was perfect. I got a crunch on the credits, but that's okay. It should be doable. Okay, so we're gonna have the porch, the walkway, the fence, the hedges, the lamps, the rails, the little pillars here, curtains in every window, support beams up there making it look nice. Oh, that one's a good one. It's unfortunate she doesn't walk all the way across, but you know, she's a ghost. She just vanishes behind the pole. Okay. And we need some kind of steeple, and I need to lower that hand so it's grabbing the building more. I'll try to do that and then look at it again in VR, because that might look pretty cool. Save. I might need to relaunch here. Something weird happened. Okay, so everything's looking good. I'm gonna relaunch Somnium here, and I'll see you right on the other side of this brief intermission. Hey, all right, we're back at it. So I was gonna lower this hand. Let's do those details now. Yeah, it doesn't look too scary in the daytime, but we want to get some nice shapes on here. This might be it. Let's see. Okay, now we want to have a lot of cool looking effects, but not use too many shapes. So let's kind of ration how many of these supports I'm going to have. Can't go too overboard. Yeah, I think this would be worth it. These will look real nice. I'll make 1, 2, 3, maybe 6 of these. Now, I do want to put a whole bunch of these, but I don't want to eat up all my credits on these little details here. So I'll put 3 more over here, and these should be that wood mixture that I had going on. That's good. I think they should be that. Yeah, that looks good. This one goes in the middle. These go on the sides. Now I should put some of these along the side of the building too, but the side of the building isn't as important as the front of the building, so I'll save that for last. And if I have extra credits, I'll put some of those details along the side also. Okay, we're looking good. Let me check my reference picture, my sketch. Okay, the structure's done. Let's make that the patio porch there, and then move on to the yard. Patio has 1, 2, 3, 4 beams, maybe 5, 6 if I want to make it look nice against the wall there. Let's start with 4. We're going to do good square beams. And to do that, we'll just start fresh here. Now we could use some of these fancy pillars. There's lots of really good pillars here. Columns. But this is going to be like a not so fancy haunted house. It'll be a rundown haunted house. That's not good. That's more like it. And we'll make the rest of these little rails, and then we'll do the stairs, and then it's yard time. Now there are rails that I could spawn. Let's see. Well, these look pretty good. They look fitting. And what are these? These are only 1 credit? Oh man, we're using these for sure. All right, let's do some of those over here. And using these handrails actually saves a bunch of credits than trying to do them with just shapes. Plus they look cool. All right, throw some rails on the side. Okay, it's filling in nicely. Now what? Maybe we should do the rest of the windows and then I'll move on to the yard. Well, let's get the steps in. These should be concrete. nice. I don't really like how it gets wider, so let's not do that. Let's make it nice and thin. I don't like this texture either. I think we're going to go with the blue concrete. Hey. It's like the big master control program everybody's talking about. Okay. We got our walkway. We have some gifts. We have 30 minutes to tie this thing up with the rest of the details. I think that I'm ready to start the yard. So, we're right on schedule. Yeah, so let's check out what we have for hedges. Now, I might do a combination of trees. Oh no, there's hedges right here. I'll just use these hedges. They're only one. Awesome. Let's see here. So we'll do a stretched one in the middle and then cap it off with a not so stretched one. Again, trying to save on credits here. So we have more room for gifts and other cool things like neons. All right. Now let's build this thing out front here. Let's look at what these prefab fences, their height on them, and maybe we'll be able to use them too. You know what? These are only 2 credits. I think we could roll with this, man. This is some spooky stuff right there. We also got that kind of this kind. This is perfect. This is just the kind of spooky that I was looking for. And they're only 1 credit. That's the upside of using the prefab. Excellent on the credits. That'll do. That'll do. Then over here, I had planned just a solid wall, but since these things are so nice, maybe I could just use a couple more of them. Good, good, good. Perfect. So we want some lanterns, a back wall, and a spooky tree, and then I'll hit up the curtains, and we'll see how that goes. Curtains, tree, sign. Let's go with the curtains. It's gonna be a little bit of legwork here, but that's okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 windows to put curtains on. Symmetry can't be used too much. Let's see, I could cut 2 off with symmetry, but let's just go in here and get her done. Cool, let's get these going up. Nice. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 more windows to do. And then I'm gonna black out some and then make some lit up like we have already. So these little Mickey Mouse ears in here, I'm gonna have to rotate these. Throw them up against the wall. Center them up. And these look good. And these I can clone down now. Almost there. Stay on target. Alright, we have curtains in every single window. Let's black out some windows and light up some other windows, and then we're on to detailing with some gifts, building that tree and that sign. Got about 15 minutes left in this week's build here. Let's see what we can get done in that regard. How about all these windows are off? What would look good here? And then the side window is on. We leave the two top Side windows on. Okay, let's do this. Setting up the windows. Okay. We want the ones down here to be dark too. Okay, but this top one I didn't want to be dark. The top two I actually want to have lights. So let me go in here, and I suppose I'll move this. Oops. Here. This one I do want dark. And now let's make the two lights that will be on in the upstairs all with one neon instead of doing two neons. And we'll do that by putting this in the middle, stretching it out both directions. Centering it up. And now we got two lights upstairs on using one neon. Looking good. Okay, now, the textures on the house aren't too spooky yet, and we still are missing a couple details like the sign, the lamps, and the tree, and the moon, if I throw the moon in there. On credits, we're pushing it. We're at 307, 400 out of 400. I have two lights in here, though. We could probably get away with one light. We'll see. Yeah, that light back there isn't too important. It's a little important, but it's not too important. The texture is going to make a really big difference here. Save. And let's do those last details, which were the tree, the sign, the lamps, and the moon, perhaps? And then throw in some more gifts. But maybe I should be focusing more on the texture. Let me see if I can get a wood siding texture here off of Google somewhere. Well, that doesn't look cool. I want to revert back to what I had. How do I do that? Is it this? No, that wasn't it. There it is. Okay, we'll keep the house white for now, and I'll figure out if I want to do the paneling afterwards. White's cool because it looks nice, even with the stretched textures. darker. Thank you very much, Palamedes. Okay. Tree. Sun. Moon. And maybe that's it. Oh, and some gifts. I actually want it to be brighter. I liked it before. Let's move this down here, make this a little bit brighter, because I want to be able to see the curtains, even in the unlit windows. And I gotta put some kind of jump scare in there. So I don't have the teleport yet to go into the subterranean basement here. But I have enough credits left over to put some kind of jump scare in there. So let's get this tree done. Well, maybe I'll just, I don't know, are there spooky trees? I don't see any spooky trees. We'll have to make a custom tree. We'll make the custom tree out of some, some shapes here, yeah. Is there a wood? Those leaves? That's cool. Let's see here. We're going to want a spooky tree. We're going to want to conserve on shapes here for the credits. So let me try a couple things. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this off. I might just go with the regular tree. Yeah, I think I'll just go with a regular tree. Because this one will look like it's a, you know, a voxel tree or something weird. So, let's try the orange tree. It's a little spooky. Let's add a little bit to this here. I saw that there was leaves on the ground. So let me get maybe a sphere shape would be good. Make it look like the leaves. I can dig it. Let's see here. A jump scare when you open the door. And just a couple more things. We only got like 5 minutes here. Maybe I'll make that sign, although I don't know what to put on the sign yet. So let's think of that jump scare. Let me go over here to my web tab where I got spooky stuff. Already used her. I haven't used any of these other people yet. But what else did I have bookmarked? Oh, the giant eyeball. Oh, that's a good creepy crawly right there. Matter of fact, I wonder if you could do visual scripting with a movable GIF. No, I don't think so. I might go with the eyeball coming at us. If I had a lightning rod up here like I intended on making, this would make perhaps more sense. But maybe I can add that in later. And the eyeball is what I think I'll go with. That guy's pretty cool, man. We already used him once, though. This might be pretty cool. And I'm going to drop a light on this guy right now. For now. The inside's going to be different. Now we want this jump scare to work out. We need some light on this GIF for that. And maybe one more GIF behind if I could find something scary. These are just images. That's a pretty awesome shadow. I need to utilize these shadows more. But for now, I'll fill this guy right here. Okay! I think that that'll just about do it. I will want to check it out in VR. Let me click save here. Not bad. Matches it up with the sketch here pretty well. I didn't add my moon. Maybe I could add my big ridiculous moon. Oh, not a GIF. Alright, no moon today. Maybe I'll add the moon in later. There it is. The 2-hour Haunted Mansion build. And it's set up so when you go through the door, we could make a teleporter that drops you down to perhaps more scares. Or, since it's just a medium parcel, maybe opening the door and getting the jump scare will be all there is to it. I kind of want to throw a big GIF on the back of there that you could see from as you approach. But for now, we'll just leave the back blank because that might become a facade anyways. Looks good. All right, let's check it out in VR one last time. Then I will be clicking publish, and everybody can check it out in the world after that. Oh, that hand. I like, oh, the girl walk, oh, the lightning. All these gifts are so awesome. Hey, this is quaint, dude. I like this yard. This is really nice. The scale of this is so good in VR. I walk with my hands spread out there. A little boring back here, but that's okay. I gotta push in that door a little bit to make it nice. And when I go inside, I can dig it. All right. There it is, the Haunted Mansion 2-hour build. Perhaps I'll continue this next week or start something different, we'll see. Not too many parcel credits left, so if I do continue this, I'll have to strip down some of the lights and some of the gifts and reorganize some things, but everything's looking awesome. Alright everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. Once again, I'm SM Sith Lord every Friday morning for me. Perhaps it's Thursday evening for you. Right here on twitch.tv/Somnium space, I'll be building 2-hour builds. Often I have a sketch like I did today. Sometimes I just I just Bob Ross it and, you know, put happy little trees all over the place. Here's today's Haunted Mansion, and I'll see you all next week. Bye-bye. Watch out for the ghosts.